right, guys, happy Monday. Palantir earnings, that's almost like Super Bowl for me. I rearranged my whole schedule. I worked all weekend so that I could get just a little time off today. I traded for an hour and I had all my monitors, so that was good. And then I traded an hour in the morning and then I worked the rest of the day. And then I just hurried and just jumped in for Palantir earnings real quick, in and out, and that was it. $1,079 today. Oh my gosh. Having a full hour to trade, I was up about 250 just on that. And then having that Palantir earnings and being prepared and ready to go. I'm going to show you, I went higher share size, but I scaled in and scaled out. Now Palantir, I'm looking at my notes here. Palantir, I was down this morning. You know how I like to get a cushion in the morning for earnings? I couldn't get a cushion. I was just going slowly red, red, red. I was down $60 and I couldn't pull out of it. And so finally at earnings, I pulled out of it. I'm going to show you what I saw in the chart and why I scaled in and why I scaled out. And I played it safe, even though I went higher share size on this one. I trade Palantir regularly. I own a ton of it. I have for years. So I felt comfortable on this one doing a little higher share size. And then SpaceX, I'm going to show you guys, I called the trade desk today. You may already know this. I know a lot of you that do this all the time. Poo-poo, I'm new. SpaceX, I don't like trading it because I can't turn around and short it. I can only go long. And I like to go, when it starts to turn, I like to go short. So today it said hard to borrow, and I normally ignore that. I went ahead and shorted it, but I didn't know how much of a shorting fee I was going to have. So I called the trade desk, and I'm going to show you how I found out just on my trading screen without even having to go to a different page or a different tab on ThinkOrSwim. So let's do that. And then everything I'm going to show you is going to go fast, except Palantir will be at the end, because it was only 1 hour of trading, and it was in and out quick scalps, trading off the 9 like I've been doing. Just, I think 100 shares maybe at the most I was trading. I was going real easy. You guys, I didn't trade much last week. I haven't done a video in a while. I haven't been able to trade. So I, this morning, brought my share size way down. I think I started with 25 shares and then slowly inched it up to 50. If you back off of trading for a few days, my opinion, I think you need to like pull back on share size a bit and just take a few moments to ease back into it. Don't just jump in. Anyways, I shouldn't jump in. You might be able to. Okay, let's go check out SpaceX and that Palantir earnings and some quick scalps I did. All right, here we go. Amazon was the first one I traded. You guys, all I did was I'm just scalping. Notice how I started with 25 shares, got right out. Then I got in 50 shares, got right out, then 100. I have not been trading, but I think maybe 2 days last week. Or maybe 3, I just wanted to ease into this because I just feel that it's good risk management. If you've been away for a while, ease into it, especially because I was trading here right at the open. And so that always worries me. So I just did scalping off the 9. Look, straight up, pulls back to the 9, goes up, pulls back to the 9, up. And I would just wait for that pullback like this right here, get in. Notice how I got in right here. There wasn't much of a pullback here and it was running up. So I thought, I'm just going to get in. I did kind of chase. Very low share size. That's okay. And then right when it comes up and I start to see these wicks, I got out and I wait for this candle. It wasn't much of a pullback, but it did pull back below this candle right here. You'll see it wick down here. And so what I did was I just got in here and got out. And really, when I'm getting back in, I'm just watching the scalping indicator. So sometimes I try to wait till we pass this candle. I mean, I usually do try to wait till we pass this candle. So I got in about right here and I made sure we were well past that candle. But I also made sure, look, I want to make sure my volume bars show me that the buyers are really stepping in and that volume is really pushing up. So, but we also had right here, look at sellers were low here. They were going down, but they started creeping up here. So I did not get back in on this candle. I waited for this to come across and then I got in and out right here on this one. I was watching this. I knew we may not pass this right here and we were kind of getting lower volume in here. So I was more cautious and I was just in and out right here. And then I ended up again right here, but I started shorting here. And then that's $102.98. And I was done there. And then let's move on to Google. So I was really happy with that. I have not traded Amazon much and I don't really trade it well. All right, this one, very few shares or very few trades. Again, starting off easy, 50 shares. Coming off the 9, look at this. Pulls up, pulls right back to the 9. I get in and I get out on this candle. I had that level marked, so I knew that could be, I've been having these levels marked forever. I finally deleted all my Palantir levels because I've had them marked for the last month or two. And now that they had earnings and they were super good earnings, I need to just ignore all prior levels and start over. So Palantir will have no levels on it right now. This one right here, that was a prior level from a long time ago. And I just got out because of that. And then I waited right here for this to clear this area. And I tried to catch it right here. Let's see. Oh, I went short here and then got back out. I thought this was going to fail right here. I was worried that it wasn't going up. We had buyers were stepping up, but the volume was still kind of low. It wasn't like getting way up here. So anyways, it's just pulling back to the 9 and going up. And that's it. Just trading off the 9. Now I knew this right here. I shorted right here and I'll show you why. And I shorted 200 shares. I was watching this right here. Look at all these candles that cannot get past this area. So right here, I shorted because it was struggling a lot. That's barely any movement on that candle. And there was low volume, but sellers were coming up slightly. You can just see it. You have to really watch these volume bars. But you can see right here where sellers are starting to come up and buyers drop down. So I shorted right here. I covered right here. And then I started shorting right here. And in the thick of it, you can tell this is failing right here. It was a strong push of sellers. Look right here. When I saw this right here, about half and half in that doji candle, I knew we were coming down. All right, INTC. So that was 34.86. INTC. This was quick. Only $8. I did not trade this well. I was actually red a lot on this one. INTC. I was red the whole time, except the very last trade. I finally pulled out of it. So I could not get my rhythm on this one. I was trying to I chased right here. This was not much of a pullback, so I counted it as a pullback and got in, but I felt like I was chasing. I didn't know the news. I couldn't see any news on Intel, and it was just going up and up and up. See right here on the 15-minute chart, it was really pushing, and I didn't know why, and that scared me that it was getting too high, and I didn't want to get caught in a flush on that. So that had me worried, and I was doing 200 shares, 400 shares. I shouldn't have been trading this high a share size. Even though I trade this all the time, I felt it was extended right here, and I should have it was causing me to not trade correctly. First of all, too high a share size, and I was not confident in it continuing to go up. And those pullbacks were very shallow. They were mostly just coming sideways. So I shouldn't have been trading this. It was wrong. But I finally got to $8 and said, forget it, I'm done. You guys, I try not to take any red trades. I try to at least get to break even, or I actually try to get to at least less than $20 negative. So I only traded just a tiny bit right here. MU, I keep trying to trade at least once on this one. So let's real quick look at this. This was just a real quick short right here. I saw this pull up and I saw this big wick and I just jumped in real quick for a short and it started failing here. So I covered and it was only 5 shares right there because I am not good at MU. You guys know it, but I like to try. And I was feeling a little more confident when we got back in here. Let's see. I know I saw a trade in here. I got a little more confidence right here, and it was just 25 shares, and it was 2 scalps, and I only made $18.68. The spread is so high. Micron and AMD are so hard to trade because of the spread. You have to be a really good scalper. So if you're practicing like me, if you're still learning, I mean, I've only been green for a solid year, every month solid for a year, and I've been very nicely green in the thousands. I still consider myself new, and I know MU is still very hard for me because I don't like a 50-cent spread when I've only been consistently green for a year. So that's just me. You might just be a month into it and be just raking it in on MU. I just am not. Okay, right here on NVIDIA. Normally I trade NVIDIA really well. I made $41.88. This is when I had to kind of stop trading right in this area of 10.15. And so I just caught this short right here on this pullback to the 9. So right here, I saw this wick, big wick. I got in and then just took it right to the 9 and got out. And then I just took a quick scalp here and that was it. 41.88, high share size, 200, 300, 400. I had 600 here at one point. It was just really fast. And I was trying to do high share size and just see if I could handle quick scalps. It's kind of like I'm trying to train my heart not to race and to focus on price action. And so I was taking very tight scalps for just pennies to get used to that very high share size. And since NVIDIA has a really tight spread of usually 1 to 2 cents, I felt I could do it here. And it had good volume too. Okay, Oracle. Oracle was, I think, just one and done. Oh no, I did a few. Let's see. And I was shorting off the 9. And in here, I probably got a little hung up. I was shorting, but this I was being cautious because when we're stuck between the 9 and the 21, sometimes it can start ping ponging in here and it can't decide if it wants to continue up or fail and go down. It finally failed right here. So I was being a little cautious in here, and I was scaling. I don't know why I couldn't say that. I was scaling in and out. So 34.40, not much, but it's Oracle. I don't trade it that often. All right, let me do SpaceX first, and then I'm going to show you Palantir. I wanted to show you SpaceX because I'm going to pretend like I'm taking a trade here. It was just one quick scalp of 100 shares. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, if you need to be able to see, you can sure see that. What you guys want to do, I want to get this down to 1 share so I don't accidentally take a trade. All right, if I say sell the bid, I always have it on auto send because I scalp really fast. It has to be. But if I remove that, if I want to know, SpaceX over here says that it's hard to borrow, but maybe I want to know, am I going to get charged a borrow fee? All I have to do is disconnect that auto send, hit sell the bid. And then right here, I never knew this. It says there's currently no fee associated with shorting this security. So what the trade desk told me is very early in the day, you will most likely on hard to borrow see this where it says there's no fee. But as you get closer into power hour towards the middle of the day, there could be fees on hard to borrow, even though in the morning there wasn't. And that's because their shares have been used up. They don't have any, so they have to really locate them and charge you. So I just want to show you that. So I'm going to get rid of that, delete that, and I want to put auto send back on. Okay. Now, I only did $10.91. All right, this is the big one. Let's go to Palantir. This is the doozy. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to show you real quick. I just lost money in the morning, and I was trading here, and then I started trading in here. I'm not going to go over each one. I'm just going to tell you it was all negative, negative, negative. I didn't have a single positive trade in here. I was getting frustrated. I think I had a bias. I had a long bias. I know that. And so right here, see right here, it could not get past this area here and didn't quite make it there. Right here, every single candle was hitting this level. So I was trying to get it to go long, to go past. And I was watching these volume bars and anticipating sellers to push it. And I just couldn't get my rhythm down. And then finally it went short and I said, well, forget it. So I came in here and made a little bit. I was trading high share size here. I did 100, I scaled in 100 more and then 200 and took it long and got out at 400 shares total and just got right out. And I did make a little bit back right here. Like I was at $12, I think. And then I just said, forget it. I got to come back for earnings because I don't want to get now in the hole for earnings. All right, I want to show you this. This is cool. All right. I did up my share size on this. You know, I normally on earnings, I go 25 shares, but right here, I got in 50 right here. And then I scaled in another 50. And then I got out right here, 100 and I had 100, I had 25 way back here. So I was at, sorry. I had 50 and 50. And then I got out 100 at $125.71 because this was a pretty big candle right before earnings. And I thought I'd rather I was up a tiny bit right here. And I said, I'd rather just get out right here and wait because it could dump to here and then go up. And I'd rather get in here. Now I wanted to get in before the close because the spread shoots up really high. And the spread right here was still 4 cents. So I went ahead and got here 100 shares. I got in here 100 shares and took 100 more right here. When I saw it was just going straight across, I knew. I had looked back at my last 2 Palantir earnings videos on YouTube and I studied them, you know, right here at this hour. And I studied the price that it was at and what happened to it. And I felt we were so low. We were down to 120 some dollars now. I just knew we'd get at least one big candle, even if it did dump. So I took that chance. I started scaling out a little bit right here. I was at about $160 profit right here. So I was scaling out 25 shares at a time. So I got out a bunch here and scaled out 25. And then here I scaled out 25 shares a couple times. And then here, somehow I scaled out. I had, I think 200 shares. I had 200 shares and I scaled out probably 75. I think it was, well, let's look. Oh, so I sold 50 and 50 right here for a total of 100. Then I sold 2 lots of 25 and then got out fully here. Something like that. It's up there. Anyways, the point is, you know me, as soon as I see green here, I saw green here, so I scaled out. 200 was making my hands sweat, 200 shares. I couldn't do it. So I scaled out down to about 150 shares. And then in here, I started scaling out 25 shares at a time. And it was very slow and methodical. This price action was actually going up very nice and slow and easy. This was an easy earnings to trade, you guys. And then right up in here, I especially started noticing, and I got fully out in this candle. I got out at 135.07, and we topped out right here at 136.46. So it was perfect. I fully got out here, and I just noticed this candle was smaller than this one. So it was losing steam. And then look right here. You got to notice this. This is important. The buyers were totally coming down in volume and sellers started stepping up. When buyers are coming down, I just want to get out. I'm done. And I did not trade the rest of this. I didn't need to. $826.64 after I had lost all morning on this was good. All right, guys. That's it. $1,079.04. Please let me know if you traded today. I will only be doing videos on the days I trade, so you might only see me do 2 to 3 videos this summer, because I just can't always do a video. And even if I trade a little bit for 15 minutes at lunch hour, sometimes a 15-hour day, I just don't have time when I get home. But I will post videos when I can, especially if I can show you something that I think in price action that will help you, especially those of you that are new like me. Or maybe just like me, you're just hitting that 1 year of profitability mark. All right, guys, let me know how you did. And tomorrow is SpaceX earnings. Oh my God, I can't believe tomorrow is SpaceX earnings. I will be watching it, but I don't know if I'll be trading it. All right, bye.